The labor market has rebounded since the Great Recession. Still, the recovery has been uneven. One group that is experiencing higher rates of unemployment than the general population is young adults, and they have been for at least 2 decades. In order to better understand the impact of labor market issues and trends on young workers, we conducted our second biennial survey of young workers in December 2015. The survey provides a snapshot of the experiences and expectations of 18 to 30-year-olds across the U.S. as they enter the labor market. It captured their outlook about future job opportunities, their expectations about full-time and long-term work, the types of jobs they have, and how financially self-sufficient today's young worker is. A summary of the survey findings is available in a report released in December 2016. The survey data show that their optimism is increasing. In 2013, 45% of young workers felt optimistic about their future, compared to 61% in 2015. Notably, overall optimism among young workers increases with each level of educational attainment. For example, 47% of respondents with a high school education were optimistic about their future job opportunities. For those with a bachelor's degree, the rate was 69%. Those with a professional or doctorate degree were the most optimistic about their job future, with a rate of 84%. Despite an increase in media attention on contingent work, the survey shows that most young workers do have a long-term or permanent job. And workers with a permanent job are more likely to enjoy additional positive outcomes when compared to young workers with temporary jobs. For example, 70% of young workers with permanent employment describe their job as a career or a stepping stone to a career, compared to 36% of those with a temporary job. And not surprisingly, those with a permanent job are more optimistic about their future job prospects than their peers with temporary work. While the survey suggests that most young workers prefer security or steady employment to higher pay when selecting a job, the survey data show a noticeable decrease in the preference for steady work from 67% in 2013 to 62% in 2015. The survey results suggest young people feel increasingly prepared to handle a financial setback or temporary loss of income. For example, the percent of young workers who can pay their living expenses if out of work for 3 months improved from 24% in 2013 to 40% in 2015. Although many young workers are gaining financial independence, most still receive financial assistance from their parents or family.